Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we'll be going through a first tutorial in a potential series of tutorial about Apache JMeter. So in this tutorial we'll be going through installation of Apache JMeter on a Windows machine and a little introduction about the JMeter. In the recent times, JMeter has become one of my favorite tools for NFT testing, primarily because it's free and open source, and it offers quite good integration with CI/CD DevOps toolset. So for those who are new to JMeter, JMeter is an open source software designed for NFT testing, especially the load, stress, and performance. Another good thing about JMeter is that it's a platform independent tool being built on Java. It is able to run on Linux, Unix, or Windows without any issue, provided you have a Java installation on the system. And just like any other load testing tool out there, JMeter with its multi-threaded framework allows you to load test your application with thousands of concurrent virtual users. From a user interaction perspective, it offers you both the CLI mode and a graphical IDE. So users can use the graphical user interface for creating, recording, and visualizing their tests. However, for running the test, CLI mode is recommended because of its less overheads. It is primarily used for web testing. However, it supports a number of other protocols that can be tested with JMeter. And lastly, as mentioned earlier, it offers an excellent continuous integration through third parties, libraries like Maven, Gradle, Jenkins, and can be very well embedded in a CI/CD pipeline and other DevOps toolset. Alright, so without any further delay, let's jump on to the installation. So the first thing you need for Apache JMeter to run is the Java JDK. You should carefully check which version of JMeter you are using and it is compatible with which JDK version. So refer the online documentation. However, at the time of authoring this tutorial, we were on JMeter 5.1, which was compatible with the JDK 8 or higher. So for checking whether you have the relevant JDK installed on your system or not, we'll simply launch the command prompt and type in the command to check the Java version if installed. So as you can see, we don't have a Java installation on this system. So in that case, you will have to install JDK on this system, and for doing that, we'll simply go to the Oracle downloads and download the JDK 8. You would need an Oracle account to be able to download the JDK, and once you have authenticated and downloaded, simply follow the standard steps to install the JDK on your system. So we got our Java installation done. So now we will recheck if the JDK installation has been successful. So we will use the same command, and here is an example of the classic mistake which users get confused about. We are still getting that there is no JDK installation on the system. The reason is because we are using the old command prompt, the command prompt which we launched before the JDK installation. So here is a catch. So what you have to do is you have to relaunch a new command prompt and check it here, and it will bring you the latest state of JDK installation. So as you can see, with the new command prompt, we are able to see the JDK installation has been successful. Another point worth mentioning at this time is that whether we need to have a JRE home and a JDK home variable as well. So this has been always debated, and various programs they need, some of the programs do need JDK or JRE home set, and some of the programs would just refer to the path variable. So personally, I don't find it problematic or any kind of overhead by adding just two variables. So what I do is I'll add a JDK home, we call it Java home, and give it the path of your JDK. And I will also do a JRE home. And save the changes. Let's check before saving. Now this is totally optional, and it's up to you if you want to use this. But users in particular who may be using multiple JDKs on their system, or who are doing some advanced configurations related to multiple JDKs, this particular configuration which I showed you might be a problem for them. But if you just intend to keep one JDK version, then I think it's good to have. Now so far we have completed the JDK installation, setting up the JRE home and JDK home. And just for the sake of completion, let me show you another environment variable which I would recommend to set. This is adding the JDK path to the path variable. So what you have to do is, if you look for the path variable, edit and append we will reuse the Java home variable which we had set earlier, and then we will provide you have to add an extra /bin towards the end. So doing this will add your Java home in the path variable as well. Some programs do refer this path variable, so it's good to have. Again, it's optional, but it's good to have, and I would recommend if you can do this, especially if you're using a single JDK version and you don't have the complexity of multiple JDKs or Java versions on your system. And just save the changes, and we are done. Once you are done with your JDK installation, you can move on to the next step, which is downloading the JMeter binaries and extracting them and putting them in a place on your system. So simply go to the Apache JMeter, and here you will see a couple of options. What we need for our purpose here is a zip file. So let's download this. Download complete. So here is our JMeter downloaded as a zip file. So let's put it in some place, preferably C drive, and extract. Click extract. So it's been extracted successfully. After placing the JMeter at a desired location, you can, if you wish, you can further change the root folder name. However, you should not change the name of the subfolders. So I will change this to a little shorter name, maybe JMeter 5.1. And in fact, I will take it one level up and copy it directly into the C drive. Now, as the last step, let's launch JMeter and verify it's working. So let's navigate to the bin directory inside the JMeter root folder and locate a JMeter batch file, which is this one. And all you have to do is simply double click, and this should launch your JMeter. So this is how the JMeter GUI looks like. You would see an additional DOS window hanging around. You should not close this window because this is where the JMeter instance is running. If you wish, you can create a shortcut on your desktop which makes it easy for you to launch the JMeter. So with this, we have come to the end of this tutorial, and I hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching, guys. See you again.